What a crazy week. I've crammed a lot into this video and I really want you to stick around to the end if you like Tesla stuff and the future that is. Welcome back to another episode of Tesla Info Today, number 5. So, the Cybertruck's gone from never gonna happen vaporware to being delivered to producing hundreds per day, it seems, to getting in the hands of some very famous celebrities, which of course stirs a massive amount of attention online from their squillions of followers, and now the Cybertruck shows itself to be an extremely capable off-roader too, as it climbs Hell's Gate. I particularly like the scraping noise at the end there. I'm sure it'll buff out with an angle grinder and a welder. Perhaps it's just my YouTube and X feed, but the Cybertruck does seem to be continuously shocking people wherever it goes. I love the reaction from those that love it or hate it, to be honest, and the sheer confusion from some folks over its bonkers looks. There's no denying though, Cybertruck, like Elon Musk himself, is a magnet for attention, and what a genius move to create something so unique and futuristic, coupled with state-of-the-art technology and software that just smashes through the boring boundaries of the trucking world, and a vehicle that marks the start of what I think will be a very exciting cyber future. Can you imagine the next generation of the Cybertruck? Who knows what's going to be possible in the future? Closer to my home though, literally down the road, I didn't know this existed till yesterday, Tesla have built a whopping great delivery centre just south of Birmingham, which is currently full of the world's best-selling car, the Model Y, and loads of new Model 3s. Look how nice it is! And of course you don't need ventilation in buildings such as this, as these cars don't have exhausts or create pollution. Lovely! The new Tesla Model 3 is getting a very well-deserved reception wherever it goes, and it's nice to see so much publicity over it from the likes of Jay Leno, who spent time with Franz and Lars going through lots of details. It's a great video, I'll link it in the description below if you want to watch that. Plus these guys just did a live feed on X where they answered questions from the comment section. I think we'll see a lot more utilisation from Tesla being on X, especially these interactive live feeds. If you used to be on Twitter and left due to it being a cesspit of hate and despair, I get it, but I'd really recommend giving X another go. For me at least, it's nothing but an informative, entertaining, useful space to be on. I mean, I'm not very good at it, I haven't grown my subscribers there very well at all compared to YouTube, and that's despite putting all my videos up there, but it really is the only social media platform that exists for free speech and truth seeking, which I think is really important. This is thanks to the excellent community notes feature, which aims to create a better informed world by empowering people on X to collaboratively add context to potentially misleading quotes. It ain't perfect, but it's the best the world's got right now. And here's a great little video that Tesla have just released, showing off a few more details about the Model 3.
The sense of encapsulation, the unification of materials, the up level of premiumness.
Best Model 3 we've ever had.
We took out what I call like the baby fat out of the front end. Slimmer headlights, the puffy cheeks are gone, the full volume in the hood with the shoulders, the waist, really slippery silhouette. Felt like a refined athlete.
We really tried to improve the side impact of the vehicle by creating a stiffer and stronger door structure. We reinforced the hinges here, we reinforced the door latch and striker here, and then we added a catch here at the bottom of the door. And what we do here is we catch the door in 3 places to really resist that impact.
One of my favorite things about the rear end of the car is the taillights and how we were able to incorporate them into the deck lid. The lights are out wide, gives it a really wide stance and character. Now we don't have any split lines when the lights are lit. Diffuser's a little bit bigger. Really just cleans up all the lines and the character of the rear end, and the taillight goes with the tailgate.
We have a couple of exciting new colors. We call it Ultra Red, very high chroma. This is another new color, Stealth Gray.
As soon as you sit in the car and you close the door, you will immediately notice how quiet it is inside the car.
One of the other features that's really cool on the front of the car for wind noise is this little ramp on the edge of the hood. It takes the air that's coming over the top and deflects it over the windscreen, so you have a much quieter experience at high speed and even at low speed.
And then you'll also notice that when you try and make a phone call from the vehicle, there's less background noise, there's better voice isolation.
One area that we really focused on was the interior of the Model 3. It's this really beautiful wraparound feel.
You will notice how simple everything is designed. We have this LED light coming through all the way from the center of the IP connected to the door.
So right now we have pink, we have a very light blue, I can even do green. The lighting continues on the rear seats.
The screen is being the hero of the car, so now the kiddies have a place to interact as well.
With the addition of the display in the second row, passengers can now control climate. I can adjust the fan up and down, can adjust their seat heaters, and here's a feature that I'm particularly fond of. They can even give themselves a little more legroom in the back.
We always want to maximize customer happiness. One of the biggest features we've been asked for is ventilated front seats, and we put that in the new Model 3.
We have this wing that's over the top.
It's a very unique textile that we have designed.
We have the improved steering wheel with haptic interface controls.
With speakers that are placed optimally all around you.
It really feels like a new car. The handling of the car is improved, the overall performance is improved.
You just have to experience it yourself.
And that's just it. You have to experience it for yourself, which would then go some way towards explaining folks like me. But there's two main reasons that I'm such a crazed Tesla fanboy. One, the products. This new Model 3 is mind-blowing, and it makes me so happy to realise that people every day are having their first experiences of a Tesla, and if they have any ounce of passion or enjoyment towards life and exceptional products, I've no doubt they'll fall in love with Tesla too. There does seem to be quite a growing number of Tesla fanboys and fangirls out there, have you noticed? Does anyone love Toyota or General Motors in the same way? Yeah, that would be weird, wouldn't it? And the second, the most important reason I love Tesla, I want to support their mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Understanding those words, I think, really matters. Tesla have and are doing and will continue to push our planet towards a cleaner, sustainable electric future. I think if more people really understood that that's literally their objective, to help humanity move away from fossil fuels as quickly as possible, by disrupting and changing our transport sector to electric vehicles, by powering our homes and cities and even countries with clean renewable energy, this isn't a pipe dream, and as I've said before, there's no reason in physics this future can't be ours, or perhaps even more importantly, our kids' future. Yes, I have faith in Tesla being able to achieve this, but that faith has come from an abundance of evidence, of which I've gathered over the years from Tesla keeping true to their word about what they are going to build. Nobody thought the Model S or X would be built. Most people didn't imagine the Model 3 could ever hit mass production. Certainly no one other than Elon and a handful of others believed that SpaceX would be regularly launching autonomous, reusable, self-landing rockets by the hundreds per year. And there's certainly those that question whether the Model Y could ever become the world's best-selling car, which it is today, let alone the reality of Cybertrucks hitting the roads. Faith based on evidence is what keeps me believing in Tesla's future. I did a little poll on YouTube and asked what's the biggest hurdle for switching the world to a sustainable electric economy. No one thought earth materials was an issue, which it's not. History shows that when you start searching and digging for materials, they generally can be found. Cost and labour seems to be the next least of an issue, just considering Tesla's future revenue from full self-driving, autonomy, robo-taxis, energy arbitrage, software as a service. I personally think that they will be the most profitable money-printing business by a long way in 10 years' time, let alone considering the implications of millions of Tesla bots solving that global labour problem. Oh, I do get excited about the future. I just hope it's not dystopian and that we make it through the AI years. Global cooperation shouldn't be too much of a hurdle, as better technology always wins. See China's rapid adoption of electric cars, buses and sustainable energy projects. It's a matter of economics when things become far cheaper to build, far cheaper to run, and have a net benefit to society. Building the infrastructure definitely will be a long, complicated process, but by far, and just as expected, political will and consumer behaviour look to be the biggest obstacles in the way of shifting our planet to a sustainable electric economy. We have to overcome fossil fuel interests, political corruption and lobbying, mainstream media deliberate misinformation campaigns, and the outright load of BS that gets spewed every day, which has done a wonderful job of planting a million seeds of doubt in the minds of many. Outright lies such as electric cars produce more pollution than internal combustion engines. I mean, sure, why not test that theory with one of each car in a closed garage for just 5 minutes? Whoever hits the floor first is wrong. Or how about this? Mainstream media has poisoned the thoughtless by spreading the news that wind turbines kills millions of birds. Not quite to the same scale as cats, though. You'll have to get rid of all these fluffy kittens if you really cared about the handful of blind birds. And from a sea of misinformation lies, the public are now led to believe that, fossil fuels are bad and all, but not quite as bad as those silent batteries that store renewable energy. I mean, bleh. I'll be totally honest here, I'm rather fed up of listening to Luddites and laggards who are actively getting in the way of progress. My previous videos this week of eco-terrorists in Germany having the gall of blaming Tesla for environmental issues while setting things on fire and endangering the lives of many. And in my own country, Luddites in Kent have decided that battery energy storage systems might randomly explode, with zero evidence by the way. So, along with the council, have simply dismissed the opportunity of installing clean, sustainable battery energy storage systems that would have sat alongside the UK's largest solar farm, where it would have collected free energy from our nuclear reactor in the sky for the rest of time. Which would also mean that the equivalents of fossil fuels need not be used. But of course, all these points and arguments need one thing that seems tragically missing in today's society: critical thinking. If we don't build this future, or even allow projects like these to exist, or even allow Tesla factories to expand as these muppets are protesting against, we simply won't get to the next stage of human advancement in a sustainable world. The narrow-mindedness of those NIMBYs, which stands for not in my backyard by the way, who, despite knowing nothing about them, are cancelling clean energy projects before they even begin and standing in the way and disregarding humanity's progress and future, all because they are ill-informed, stubborn, uncompromising, pig-headed pillocks, it should make every thinking person just a little bit angry. Might I be so bold to say, yes, haha, in saying that I think it's a good idea to show support and put your money towards companies that are striving to improve the world. Outrageous, aren't I? How does that crazy statement seem controversial? How dare I suggest such a thing? Or, whatever, go out and buy a V8 diesel truck from a company that doesn't give a monkeys about air pollution, that props up the fossil fuel industry, that propagates the same sorts of lies that the tobacco industry successfully crammed down the cancerous throats of the non-thinking public and made them believe that filling your lungs with tar, nicotine and black smoke would all end well. Well, it certainly lined the pockets of those in the tobacco industry, keeping the weak-willed folks addicted to products known to cause cancer. You don't think... Nah, it's crazy to suggest. You don't think oil companies are behind any misinformation campaigns to do with Tesla, EVs and sustainable energy, do you? No? That would seem crazy, wouldn't it? And definitely hasn't happened in the history of our corporate corrupt past. It is a shame that rather than changing one's mind, people often just die alongside their bad ideas. Fighting against Tesla or sustainable energy or future progress for humanity really is a shameful, selfish act. You don't want a better future for generations to come or support companies that are striving for exactly that? At least step aside and let those that are brave enough to fight for a better future do so. If you want to see just how low eco-terrorists can go, click this next. I think you'll be entertained with stupidity. From them, not me. Thanks to my wonderful Patreon supporters. I'm Will. This is the Tesla Jigsaw. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.